Hi, my name is Ian Cash. I spent 3 years in the admissions office at Johns Hopkins and 5 years in Asia working as a college counselor, helping students like you to achieve their dream of getting admitted to their top choice university in the US. And I'm here to help you with the very same thing. In this video, we're going to talk about the cost of studying overseas. This is probably one of the most important topics to discuss because it's going to basically make or break whether or not you have the ability to study overseas. So the first piece of bad news is that the sticker price for universities in the US is often quite high. The average public university in the US has a tuition price of $25,000 US per year. Private universities are even worse. They can have an average tuition price of $35,000 per year. However, most of the best known universities have tuition that's much higher. There are additional fees that students will have to cover when studying overseas. One of the most obvious ones is food to eat and a place to live. Typically, prices for room and board at a university in the US come out to between $10,000 to $15,000 per year. There's also things that you have to buy like books, plane tickets, train tickets, cab fare. When you add it all up, the sticker price for a US education can be almost $100,000 per year. However, it's not all bad news. There's good news as well. A lot of US universities are committed to getting as much funding as possible for the best and brightest students to come to their schools and to enjoy the type of education that they can provide. So there are two different forms that you might have to fill out in order to qualify for what schools call financial aid. The first form, called the FAFSA, is only relevant if you hold a US passport. The other form, called the CSS, or CSS profile, is the form that you fill out for all US universities regardless of whether you are a US citizen or coming from overseas. This form gives detailed information about the income that your family receives, but also the assets that they own. Based off of this form, the school will calculate what is called your expected family contribution, which is the total amount of money that the school believes that you should be able to contribute towards your education. Many schools will say that they will meet 100% of demonstrated need for students coming to their university. Now, the only last piece of bad news here is that not all universities are willing to do this for overseas students. But if you want to increase your chances of getting that financial aid, then it's important to put together your best possible application and do as well as you possibly can on your tests and in school.